take a few moments here to show you our oil race. We've talked about it a few times, and we've had a few people reach out and ask us to describe and explain so that they could fabricate their own and do similar things in their shops or in their classrooms. Real quick overview, we took just some wood paneling, a couple of 2x4s, a couple of 1x4s, and made a place to hang the hoses. There's inside of these hoses here, there's different weights of oil. Inside of the oil, there's small steel balls that are inside of here. A couple of things we did learn: you want to make sure that the steel balls are at least 1/8 of an inch, if not a little bit smaller, than the tube size. Getting the ball the same size as the tube doesn't allow for fluid to go past it, and I'll explain that more in just a moment. Real basic and easy. We took some dowels, we took magnets. When you go to get the magnets, you're going to need really strong magnets. These are the neodymium something or other. When you go to the store, you'll see them. They're really super powerful small magnets. Some super glue on the edge. Then you have your little magic wand that's able to grab the steel ball through the plastic hosing. We made lines and marked out so that each one had the same travel distance. Each hose has a different weight of oil in here to showcase the different speeds that the ball can travel through. So to highlight the viscosity difference in between them. Using this as a math lesson, we are simply measuring the time it takes the ball to drop. So to get speed, we're taking distance over time, and that'll give us our speed. Once they calculate the speed of each one, they can have a starting point for the math to figure out which ball is going to travel faster down these tubes. This is where the racing part takes place. Each of these tubes were calculated using the same math. When we built this, we took the speed from each one of these, and then we made it so that the balls, the steel balls in these, will actually end about the same time. There's several different factors that also play a part in this. Let's start first with a few of the different things you may run into. Inside of the tube here, if the ball is too large, the oil cannot be displaced around it, so therefore the ball can't move. It'll actually sit, and it'll actually be a good demonstration of Pascal's law, because you'll be pressing equal amount of pressure all the way around it if the oil is not allowed to escape. So allowing the oil to come around the ball will allow the ball to complete its journey. If the smaller the space in between the ball and the sides of the tube, the slower it'll go. Then you're creating additional pressure. Another aspect that will come into play is when the ball rolls. So sometimes you'll let go and you'll notice that the ball will move to the left or to the right. And what happens is the ball actually starts to roll down the side as the fluid escapes on one side, creating an additional friction, which will change and manipulate your time as well. The good part about that is that nobody's going to be able to pull it once, gain their time, and then be able to tell somebody else what the numbers are going to be, because it's going to be different each time. Just different small variations in our time and our travel. It helps to be able to explain. So when you take it from students that are in elementary school, you can keep it real basic and simple with your time and your travel. Kids that are in middle school, you can bring in other elements and explain why the variance in times for each one of their trials. And for high school, you can bring in even more sophisticated elements, such as Pascal's law, the friction multiplier because of rolling friction on the sides. So pretty basic, simple, straightforward. It seems like it would go pretty quickly, but if you're going to do this in a setting with multiple students coming and trying it out, make sure to give plenty of area for them to go and write down their their measurements. For us, it takes a student, I don't know, about 7 minutes to complete from step 1 all the way through to the racing. It takes about 7 minutes, so plan accordingly if you're going to have this at some kind of open house or inside the classroom. It's pretty much straightforward. Other things you want to be mindful of when you're building these, the longer the tubes are, the more they want to move and slide around. When you're storing these, do not set it on its side, or else the drape will actually drag and stretch your hoses, so keep it upright. If you're going to lay it down, don't lay anything on top of it, because then you create a flat spot in the hose. When you go to buy the hose, don't buy the hose that's at the very end of the roll, because it's a lot flatter. It has more of like an oval shape to it. The hoses towards the beginning of the box, so the beginning of the reel, may be a little bit wider. We used hair dryers also to help reduce some of the bends and flattening in the hose. If you do get flattening in the hose, you can use a pair of pliers or something to squeeze and try to round it out. If you don't do that before they come in, you're going to run into problems, if you can see this at all, where the ball will actually hang up inside of the line. So one of the things we've learned when using this display or this demonstration is that we're mindful to make sure that the hose is round all the way down, so it doesn't create any other alterations to our time and speed. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. We're on Facebook. You can just click on the messenger link, or you can reach out to me at a.williams@automotiveinstitute.org. Thank you guys for your time. Enjoy.